long was your last relationship?
3 months, bro. My last relationship ended terribly. And this is the whole point of this interview. I would like the world to know and understand that I was in a relationship. I love this girl. I was so into her, man. I would have done anything for this girl, and she knows it. The sad thing was, I remember I had a seizure, passed out. Like, I woke up. I don't know what caused this or what happened. I remember 3 cops are surrounding me, and I started going nuts. And I tried to understand exactly what's going on. And I remember my girlfriend was just screaming, "I love you," constantly. And then next thing you know, I woke up in the hospital. And I don't know why. They released me to discharge me. I came back home to her place because I was basically living with her. And I find this girl with her ex the same night I had a seizure, the same night I went to her place, and they were fucking. And seeing that made me realize that this is what the world's capable of. That destroyed me, bro. And it still fucked me up. And, you know, that's life. People are going through worse. Free Palestine. I just think that there are life problems here that are more psychological than it is a physical. And it can become physical if it's really deep to that person and they're hurt.
And how long ago did that occur?
That happened a year and 3 months ago, exactly.
Looking back on it now, how did that wreck and change your mental, give you an awakening to who you are today?
I would say that I've become more of a man to understand that this is pain that you gotta embrace. If you don't embrace this, you are going to crush your future. You'll become someone that hates women when you shouldn't. You should love them, respect them, cherish them. But I think that I would never find myself ever getting with someone that's showing me any sorts of patterns from the past.
Hey, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3, the sincere listeners. All right, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This gospel, this truth, is for the Hebrew Israelites, who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the ones scattered abroad that may look like the other nations, but your spirit resonates with this truth. This is not just a black thing, okay? I'm here to tell you that the kingdom of heaven and salvation is for you, okay? I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet. However, it is going to be a video response. And pretty much he made a point. He made a few points, but I guess the main point that he made that I want to harp on is that, you know, pretty much in the West, it's not so much of a physical warfare, but we are in a psychological warfare. All right. Our battles are more so psychological. Okay. However, they can turn into a physical issue, right? Because everything starts in the mind, right? And we think just because we may be able to have food when we want it, or, you know, carnal things as we need, so to speak, in this world, that we're not suffering spiritually, man, or that we're not lacking in certain departments, so to speak. Okay, we have got roof over our head, right? We have what do you call it? You know, shelter, clothing, the necessities, right? We live in the first world, so we have the necessities, right? But we don't understand that there's a mental drain on this life that we have in order to maintain and upkeep these things, right? And not only that, the mental drain on relationships, okay? Whether it be with women or friends, family, right? You don't know who's really for you and who's not for you, man. You got something in this world called parasites, all right? People that come into your life that try and extract from you, and you just think you're being a good person and helping people, and really they're just taking away from you and never giving back. They're not pouring into you like you're pouring into them. You see what I'm saying? They're called parasites. Those are parasites. You don't need that type of energy around you, man. Okay, people that come in disguise as a friend, like they're for you. Okay, because this is bigger than just his woman cheating on them. This relates to all aspects, man, of human interaction, so to speak. Okay, as well as women. Okay, and really, you know, the other point I wanted to make also is that when you make Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and this ministry is this gospel your foundation, okay, then you know that if people are gonna come and go and you won't feel forsaken, all right, because the word, this truth, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he's not gonna forsake you, man. Okay, let me get a scripture that just came into my mind actually. I want to keep this one. Yeah. Okay, this is Revelations 3:20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne." So when you allow Yahweh Shai, all right, into your life, okay, because he chooses you can't choose him, contrary to popular belief. That's a cut to you Christians, all right. When he wakes you up, he takes you out of that dry bone state, okay. He makes you a better man, okay, for him, a better servant, okay, for him. And then with that, he arms you with the knowledge on how to conduct yourself in this world, how to be an ambassador, how to be a herald for him, how to be a man, okay, a man, all right. You see what I'm saying? And when you have that knowledge and you have that understanding, you're privy to the world, you're privy to human nature, and so to speak, human psychology, because this is what this world is all about. We're able to read spirits now, man. Okay, now this guy here, he wasn't able to pick up on certain things. It is what it is. Some brothers are not even able to pick up on things right away, man. Some brothers have probably been in this guy's predicament. You see what I'm saying? But when you have this truth, because we're not immune to this. No brother here is immune to their woman cheating on them and shit like that, bro. We're not Superman yet, and we can't do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? If our woman cheat on us, bro, you guys just need to know that you just need to leave that woman. That's just that. You cut her off. But guess what? You have this truth, right? You're not gonna crash out because you know it's bigger, man. You know the reward. You know the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know you're gonna get tenfold of women or whatever, so to speak, man. You know you're gonna have the best of the best, right? That's why the scripture tell you to meditate. Meditate on thy precepts. Meditate on the kingdom, man. You see what I'm saying? Brothers are supposed to meditate on the kingdom, man, and all the things that they're gonna do, all the things they plan to do, all the time you're gonna have, all the fun you're gonna have. That's when we're really gonna be living, brothers. We're gonna have fun, man. Okay, not to say we can't have fun on this side, so to speak, but it's in balance. Or even in the kingdom, it's gonna be in balance. But guess what? The balance is that we're gonna actually have more fun than we did on this side. That's the balance, because on this side we're supposed to kind of be in a sorrowful state, man. We're in the house of mourning. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta make up for all the mourning we did on this side in the kingdom, man. That's the balance. That's the beauty of it, man. Okay? When we're executing judgment, that's going to be fun to us. All right? Because we're never going to feel pain. We're never going to feel sorrow anymore. Right? We're always going to be good. we might get angry, but anger is balance, man. Because we gotta be angry at you damn heathens, especially Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? That's only fair, man. But that's right. The anger is righteous indignation, man. You see what I'm saying? That's the balance of this, you know? Now let's you know, let's see what scripture I want. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:12. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh, is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Give me, this is the point, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, which is really going into your mind, okay? And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Wow, that's a cut. I can close the book on this, but I actually got more precepts lined up anyways. Okay? Because basically this woman almost gave him a plague of the mind, and he had to bounce back out of that, man. Okay? Because like I said, this warfare that we're in, yeah, let's get that. Unless I already have it. No. Maybe I do. But whatever. Let's see. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Okay, main point being that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. That means they're psychological. All right, psychological on both sides. All right, having to repeat the same thing over and over again, which is nothing wrong with it. All right, to a hard-headed people, okay, it can take a toll on you. You know what I mean? We're just men in the flesh, right? That's why you got to have balance. You got to be able to occupy your time in other things as well in balance. Okay? No, not to be over righteous and stuff like that. You know, you're going to wear yourself out in this battle, in this walk, man. You see what I'm saying? And then the same thing with the people. When we're casting down the imaginations, it's bugging them out. You see what I'm saying? It's not to say it's bugging us out, but like it goes into us going into the wear and tear, right? You know, constantly rebuking our people, constantly doing what we do, you know, constantly dealing with people that don't believe, unbelievers. The majority of Israel, they don't believe, man. And you can see that they're Israelites. It's plain as day, and you're just like, damn, you know. But you see the spirit of the Most High in our people, man. But they just don't believe, you know. It's like we have the eyes out to see who's an Israelite, so to speak. Even the ones that are Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations. But they're just because they're Israelite foreigners and look like the other, it doesn't mean that they're slated for deliverance. You know what I mean? So you gotta deal with that as a whole, man. In your day-to-day walk, the people around you, you know, they don't believe. You might have friends in the world, they don't believe. You know, your family doesn't believe. Your woman doesn't believe. Her family doesn't believe. Not to say you're supposed to teach them or nothing like that, but you're just amongst a whole bunch of unbelievers. You're at work, a whole bunch of unbelievers, scoffing at the Most High, talking shit. Everybody celebrating wickedness. You know, you may have kids. Okay, you have to tell them, oh, Christmas is wrong. Every year you got to tell them Christmas is wrong and, you know, we don't celebrate Christmas here. Okay? But then they're coming to you with all this chat and whatever, you know. But you got to stay strong and firm in the Lord. Right? But I'm telling you, it can become a wear and tear. But you got to put down your foot. And you got to be able to know, like, hey, this truly does come with loss of people and loss of whatever, friendships, women, family, because we put Yahweh Shem Yahushai first. All right, the most offensive power on the earth. Okay, I don't care what the U.S. military got cooking up. I don't care what Russia got cooking up. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the Lord of hosts, the most offensive military power in the whole universe, man. All right, you people don't stand a chance. So that's why when people see us, they get offended, man. Okay, let's continue on. This is Ecclesiasticus 4 and 11. Wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seek her. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her to the Lord doth love. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations. All right, so this is talking about wisdom, man. And if you abide by wisdom, you're gonna be part of the ruling class in the kingdom as an Israelite, man. The 144,000. All right, when the ruling governing bodies, man. And that's an amazing thing, man. And, we labor, we want that, man. Okay, we want to get the new body. We want to be cleansed. We want to be purged of all imperfections, impurities, and all that stuff, man. We want to be whole again. We want to never be sick again. We want to live forever. Okay? We want to enjoy the melons, the leeks, and, in peace with no GMO in it, man. Okay? It says, whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations. All right? The other nations, you heathens, we're going to have power over you. That's what's coming in the kingdom. And he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. So, yeah, in the kingdom. And we're never going to be fret again, man. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline. All right, this is wisdom, though. This is wisdom. She's gonna try you, okay, to see if you're a good fit, man. If you're really worthy of this, man. Okay, because you're gonna go through things, and wisdom is constantly trying you. And when there's a saying like new levels, new devils, man. And everybody's devils is different, different levels, man. But when you increase, when knowledge increase, expect a higher devil, or expect the devil to throw a curveball at you. All right, that's what Yahweh did to Job, right? He sent Satan on him, man. Okay, so you don't think that the Lord is not sending Satan on us? You think when things are going your way for a little bit, you don't expect Satan. Expect Satan, man, and don't even be mad at it, man. It just is what it is. You know what's gonna come, right? Like, all right, whatever. I'm giving an example, man. I was out of town for work. I had to leave my car at the office. I get back to my car. I had to take the work truck or whatever. I get back to my car, and it's damage to my car, man. So somebody did a hit and run on my vehicle. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm pissed off, but at the same time, it's like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We gotta roll with the punches. It is what it is. That's the reason why you have insurance, right? You call up insurance, you show them what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? You do what you can, and it is what it is. All right? But that's just Satan. It's like, yeah, that shit would happen, man. You get what I'm trying to say? But you just expect that shit. Like, you expect some bullshit to happen in your life, just because it is what it is. We're not in the kingdom yet, man. You see what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Right? So so when bullshit happens, then what? You just give up? Like it's not, the Lord is not gonna put you through something you're not gonna be able to handle. You know what I mean? It says until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. Yeah, because even that, like, even with that, you don't know who did it, but you just put a curse on who, you know what I mean? How about Shem Yahushai Shalak, and the Lord's gonna deal with them, man. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of power we serve. You know what I mean? We know it's well with us because the Lord is with us, man. The Lord ain't with them. The Lord ain't with the world. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we're gonna get the last laugh, man. We're gonna execute judgment. We're gonna figure out who did what and who. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna know these spirits, man. All these spirits that try to scoff and come against us, man. We're gonna line them up in the kingdom, man. We're gonna summon them up in the kingdom. And what I mean by some, I mean like we're gonna determine, okay, that was you talking shit, or that's what you gave me a hard time. You cut me off in traffic. Come here, yeah, you're my slave. You're my slave. Yeah, you're gonna pick, you know. I remember you. Yeah, you wanna do bullshit. The Lord's gonna make us. Yo, everything is full circle, eh? I don't think we don't come across people for no reason. All right, people that you meet in your life, people that you come across in your life, best believe through the Spirit, you know, the Lord, you know, you probably met them in your past life, man. Okay, the Lord is meticulous like that. He can do that stuff, man. Okay, and all the spirits that you come across, you know them, man. This is very spiritual. Okay, I believe that person. I'm just speaking as a man. You know what I mean? Like nothing's a coincidence with the Lord. Let's put it that way. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him and show him her secrets. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him. Right. So basically, if you abide by wisdom, you know, basically the point being, brothers, is that the Lord is not going to forsake us, man. If we do the right thing, if we're doing the right thing with him. But, you know, women, men, children, friends, family, they can forsake you, especially if they're in the world, man. All right? Your brother, they can forsake you, man. I'm talking, you know, your physical brother, or even in the truth, man. You never know, right? Your brother that you were, you know, because the scriptures talk about these things, right? And obviously it's not something you want to dwell upon, betrayal or whatever, you know, but it's the truth, man. So you just never know. So you got to be aware of these things, man. Right? But this truth, though, you know that if people leave you, you know the truth won't, so to speak. So that's what becomes your leg up in this world. So it's like if your bitch do cheat on you, it's like fuck it, keep it moving. I got the truth though. I got this truth though, right? And there's always more women out there. It is what it is, right? That's the mindset you gotta have, man. And when people see you don't give a fuck attitude about shit, and people see that you don't need them, and you're not begging friend or whatever the case may be, they fix up, man. All right, cause we don't have no fucking limited mindset. We have an abundance mindset. All right, through the Lord, man. If you with me, you with me, and if you ain't, you ain't. And it is what it is. That's the mindset you gotta have as a man in this truth, man. Simple and plain. Ain't no in betweens, bro. We don't do no half stepping shit over here. Okay. But if you go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. All right. Well, the Lord is putting us through a shaming ritual on the right hand side right now. We're offering ourselves as a living sacrifice, wearing the garments that we do when we're out in the highways and byways. But to us, that because we love the Lord so much, we don't even see it as shameful, man. But guess what? If imagine that's what the Lord requires from us to do. But guess what the niggas in the world are doing? 2/3 Israelites, 2/3 Jake is doing in the world. They're doing the whole manner of wickedness, real shameful acts, man. I'd rather do what the Lord asking me to do than what the fuck y'all niggas is doing on camera, being blackmailed, being black, whatever, all type of weirdo shit, homosexual acts, and getting diddied out, freak parties, and type of weirdo shit you niggas is getting into, man. The Lord has to kill you, man. The Lord has to purge you niggas, man, cause y'all ain't right. Okay, y'all ain't right. Okay. That was the point. We can. That's a good chapter though. If you want to go into it yourself, whatever, go ahead. But that was the point on that. Let's see what else. Job 40:7. Gird up thy loins now like a man, and I will demand. Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. All right. So we're supposed to show ourselves men unto the Lord, man. Okay. Let's see. All right. It is what it is. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahushua and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. All right, all that, human interaction, dealing with women, okay, friendships, whatever, family. We don't get caught up in all that shit, man. To the point where we might seem cold, man. We might seem cold, like, oh, we don't care. We care, but not to the extent of how you people care, because you people are caught up in flesh and blood. You're caught up in, we know we're just spirits in this place, passing by, so to speak. All right, but you people get caught up because you think this is it. You think you only have one life and you got to make the most of it, and you're running out of time, and you got to do it all now, and all this crap. Okay? We're not wrestling with time and all this crap, man. Okay, we have the truth, man. The Lord has given us the keys and understanding and knowledge to know what's going on in this place, man. All right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, right? The elites, against powers. This is who we're going against, man. These witches and warlocks and wizards out here, man. High level witches and warlocks at that. Okay? Against the rulers of the darkness of this world. That's who we're going up against. That's who our battle is against. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right, the scourge of the tongue, and the shaming that's gonna come upon us. All right, but our faith has to outweigh all that crap. We gotta know, fuck it. Like I said, brothers, we're already going through our shaming ritual. Okay, so how much? Obviously the Lord's gonna turn it up, but we're already in this. So it is what it is. And this is the point. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. Right? That, like Magneto, so to speak. Not to say literally, but he had that helmet that protected him from Charles Xavier going into his mind. Right? Well, it's the same kind of thing spiritually, where you got to protect your mind, man. Protect your mind from the outside world, the outside thoughts of the world. Okay? What people think of you, or You know what people try and do to you to harm you psychologically. This is a psychological warfare, right? So we gotta protect our mind. Okay, sometimes you may need to detox from social media or whatever. You need to do things, but you can't be fully away from it because you need to be aware. You're a watchman. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta know your enemy. You gotta know what's going on with Israel. You gotta know what 2/3 Jake is doing because they're your enemy too, right? You see, you gotta know what's going on in the world. You're a news reporter, so to speak, for the Lord. You're warning. You're a watchman. So yeah, you can do detox sometimes, but you're in this. We're in this shit, man. We're in this shithole. It is what it is. We can't escape it. We can't escape it until the Lord delivers us, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have moments of pleasure and moments of joyfulness, so to speak, but it never lasts. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You go on vacation, it don't last. Vacation don't last. We're in hell, man. All right, you're on vacation. You go to a place where Jake is. You see your people catching hell. How the fuck are you gonna feel? How are you having fun and you don't? Not all your people are in a good condition, man. Right? That still makes you feel sorrowful, man. You see what I'm saying? So we need the kingdom, man, where all Jake could be good. You know, regardless if they're 2/3 or not, they're gonna be in the kingdom, man. You're gonna have mercy on them. They're gonna show humility in the kingdom and whatnot, and we're all gonna be good, man. You know? It says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. All right. You know, but
Free Palestine. I just think that there are life problems here that.
And he's right, man. There are life problems here that the stuff we go through. The Lord set everybody up in the world wherever they needed to be. You see what I'm saying? Wherever you are, that as an Israelite, that's your hell. That's your prison. That's your prison sentence. Wherever you are in the world. The West, overall, your hell is a more psychological warfare. Overall, that becomes physical. Okay, and in the East or wherever these other, not in the West, it's a physical warfare that then turns to psychological. All right, it's kind of flipped. It's kind of reversed, But here is mainly psychological. So you gotta guard your mind. All right, you gotta walk in the Spirit. All right, and understand this is the condition of the battle. All right, shit's gonna happen, But I pray you're edified, and I'm gonna say shalom until the next one.